Hello and welcome to Value Research Podcast. You're listening to First Page, a column written by Dhirendra Kumar. Beyond numbers, real wealth. What growth and wealth should actually mean. What is the economy? What is wealth? What is it that is actually gained or lost when people say X created wealth or the economy is growing? To try and understand this, let's start with a couple of jokes about economists. Two economists are walking in a forest when they come across a heap of dung. The first economist says to the other, "I'll pay you $100 to eat that dung." The second economist takes the $100 and eats the pile. They continue walking until they come across a second heap. The second economist turns to the first and says, "I'll pay you $100 to eat this one." The first economist takes the $100 and eats the dung. Walking a little further, the first economist becomes thoughtful. He says, I gave you $100 to eat dung, then you gave me back the same $100 to eat dung. I can't help but feel like we both just ate dung for nothing." "That's not true," responded the second economist. "We increased the GDP by $200. On some social media, where I recently reread this joke, someone responded, "There were two economists who were shipwrecked on a desert island. Over the next 20 years, they made $124 million selling their hats to each other." Someone else commented, "So that's why they call it gross domestic product." But we'll let that pass. Let's switch tracks. El Salvador's president Nayib Bukele has been conducting a massive crackdown on crime in his country, which has long struggled with widespread gang violence and criminal activity. This aggressive approach to law enforcement has led to significant reductions in crime rates, but it has also sparked discussions about its potential economic impact. Some people suggested that reducing crime could potentially shrink the economy, as criminal activities were thought to contribute to economic activity. However, this idea fundamentally misunderstands what an economy truly is. An economy is essentially a collection of valuable goods and services. Money is merely a tool for measuring and distributing these resources. Non-productive activities don't contribute to this collection. They typically just redistribute or destroy existing resources. The belief that non-productive activities grow the economy through spending is known as the broken window fallacy. This fallacy assumes that replacing destroyed property stimulates economic growth, but it ignores the opportunity cost of not using those resources for new production. The economy grows through increased supply of goods and services, not through artificial demand created by meaningless or destructive activities. I'm not saying anything about whether such things would be measured in GDP or not. I suspect they wouldn't be, but there's an underlying reality which is separate from some measurement. Wealth is something like that. Ratan Tata passed away recently, and all of us read and watched a lot of things about him. For a man who was so rich, it's remarkable how little of the public conversation about him was about wealth and money. What is wealth really? And what do we mean when we say an economy is growing? These questions go beyond mere numbers and statistics, touching on the fundamental nature of value and human progress. When we say someone has created wealth, we mean they've brought something into existence that enhances our ability to live, work, or enjoy life. The jokes about economists highlight a crucial point. Not all economic activity is equally valuable. Two people exchanging money for meaningless or destructive acts doesn't create real wealth, even if it technically increases GDP. In a somewhat similar manner, Ratan Tata's wealth wasn't just about the money he accumulated, but about the industries he built, the jobs he created, and the innovations he fostered. This has more than a little relevance to investing. Really, these are not end-goal activities by themselves, but means to an end. The true measure of an economy and of wealth creation lies in its ability to improve the quality of life. When we invest, we're not just chasing numbers on a screen, but participating in the creation and distribution of real value in society. It's not about chasing numbers on a screen. The numbers can go up and down and be entertaining for a while, but that's all they are.